What's up? This is Nina Perez, and this is Straight Talk, no sugar added. Thank you so much for being here. I created this show for you, finding the best humans on the planet to grow, challenge, and transform your thinking. Let's do this. And so today I have Florian Fritz here with me, and he's the money teacher. Florian is the founder of the Money Hero Academy, where he is teaching how to create financial freedom by improving your money mindset, money management, and money making skills. And as you all know, I love mind flow, mindset type of things. Florian, I feel like anything that we do in life has to start with our thought process. So it has to start with the mind, right? So welcome to Straight Talk. And the way we do this is in the beginning, I just like to ask you a little bit more about yourself. I always give a short bio so that my people that are listening get to know you a little bit better. So how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for inviting me.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm happy to share a short bio.
Tell us a little bit.
I finished, I studied international business administration, and I finished university right in the .com bubble, or right after it. So there were, first of all, when I started to look for jobs, there were none. So the first thing I did, and one of the best things I ever did, was travel around the world for half a year.
Oh, nice.
Which was great to see how good it is to connect with other people, other cultures, other ways of thinking, to grow yourself, to grow myself in that case. And then when I came back, I started as a financial advisor, because that was a company that, or a friend of mine working there, they were looking for team members. And actually, I thought, I've a university degree. I'm too good for this kind of financial advisory work, right?
Right.
But I started anyway, and it was fun. It was a great team. I learned a lot, and I made good money.
So that probably made you want to stay a little bit, right?
I wanted to stay there. We had a really good time until the next financial crisis in 2008, right?
Right. I remember that one.
So that's when the company basically crashed, and nobody wanted. The reputation went from not so good to really bad. So there was not much left to be done there for me. So I wanted to learn. Also, I saw that what the financial industry is doing with their clients is not what I want, because they're taking advantage of people, the banks, investment companies, insurance companies. They're making all the money. The client is taking all the risk.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want that. So I thought I got to go and learn how to do it better from people who know how to make money, whether the markets are going up, down, or sideways, how real wealth building strategies work. There was just one problem. I had done one of the mistakes that I told my clients not to do, which was spending all the money I made.
Yeah. That's a big problem.
Do, right?
Yeah.
That's what I told my clients not to do, but I did it myself. Yeah, that's that's not a good way of working if you don't practice what you preach, but that's how I started. So I first found something new, how to make money, and that was a colleague of mine from college. He had a real estate company, and they want to ask me if I could help them find investors. So sure, I can do that. So I started creating an investment product with them, started marketing that. And that's when I started spending the money that I made on education, traveling the world to some of the greatest trainers. I worked with Robert Kiyosaki and his Rich Dad Advisors, and some other great people. And I practiced what I learned from them in the real estate company. That worked pretty well. I grew their sales by 86% on average for 9 years. So they made a couple of millions with that.
Yeah, it's great.
Grew from a couple of 100,000 to over 45 million in portfolio in properties. So that was quite good. And on that way, I also learned, or some of those trainers, Blair Singer, my main mentor now, Robert Kiyosaki, his advisor, he somehow introduced me to teaching. and got the idea into my head that I could be teaching other people on whatever. And the obvious topic was money, because that's what I've been doing
Right.
for many years before that. That's how I got into teaching about money. And yeah, at some point, this was, well, there another crisis before I really got into it. If it goes too easy, I had only been working for 10 hours in the end, after everything was set up, with financial advisors working for us, online marketing working by itself. So to get the investors in, I was working about 10 hours a week.
Okay.
So if things go too for income, 10, 12,000 a month, so pretty good situation. But if things go too easy, you have to sabotage yourself, right? I hope I'm not the only one doing that.
No. You are not.
So I started another company with a partner, and about selling solar energy plants for single family houses.
Okay.
And then I didn't take care of that enough and left him to do the work. And well, he bankrupted the company. And suddenly I had like $500,000 in debt.
Wow. What a big difference, right?
Yep. And around the same time, of course, the real estate company said, well, actually, we don't want to grow that much anymore. We don't need that many investors. And especially, we don't want to pay the high commissions for you anymore.
Right. Oh,
So
boy.
the easy income gone and a lot of debt on the other side. And that's when I said, okay, now I have to do some of those things that I learned for myself. And well, that's not exactly when I started teaching. I had done a couple of programs, seminar here, webinar there before that. But when I started to say, okay, now I know what works. I've made a couple of people rich. I know what doesn't work. I've tried myself. I guess if I put those things together, I can create a program that will help lots of people improving their financial situation.
Right. I mean, hard times always teach us great lessons, don't they? They're not very fun to go through, but they teach us a lot of great lessons. So what were you going to be before you decided that your friend, brought you into financial advising? What was it that you wanted to do? Was there something else that you thought your life was going to go in?
Yeah, probably that's the reason why I didn't find anything, because I didn't know that exactly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know you were traveling the world and all of that. So when you were traveling, what did you find was like one of the biggest needs? Were you looking for that, or were you just traveling to travel?
I was traveling to travel, to see the world, to enjoy. I wasn't looking for work while traveling.
Right.
I was planning to go back, find a job. Actually, I was thinking about working for some international company.
Okay.
And to work not only here, but I'm in Austria.
Okay.
But to go to maybe different countries and work there and live in different areas for a while. That was like the.
It's funny though, right? The way that it's funny how life takes us on a different trajectory, right? Because your friend giving you that job that you really didn't want, but then you learned from it, and you had some great mentors in your life too, which is really, really helpful.
By now, I'm very happy that I started with that trajectory, that I got into finance, that I got started in a company where our manager was trained by Tony Robbins.
Okay.
So we had a bet at some point. If I make that many appointments, he's going to pay for me for UPW, Tony Robbins Basic Seminar. So that's how I got into all the personal development. He recommended books. And that's how I got the idea that I could go and learn from some great people.
So the personal development piece of it, because I believe in that too. I'm in that space and I love that space. Do you find that was necessary for you to connect that with what you were learning in the money management world?
Totally. You can, your business, your finances, whatever, can only grow to the extent that you do. If you don't grow yourself, you will never learn how to handle more wealth, more money, more whatever it is that you want.
Right.
So you have to grow both at the same time. And it helped me so much that I was working on myself when I had that crash and the bankruptcy and all that. Uh, Everybody I was talking to, first of all, I wasn't talking at that time, I wasn't talking about it that much. But when I was telling the story, people, oh wow, you don't look like it. You look so positive and making plans for the future and this and that. I wouldn't expect that if that happened to me.
Right.
That's yeah, but only because I've been working on myself, doing all these things that I'm gratitude exercises, looking into what I'm grateful for, what's still working, what's good. What did I already accomplish, and all that stuff that helps to get through those crises, difficult times.
Yeah. And that was a big, difficult time because when something hits you that close to home, right? So you are this money management guy, and then you get hit with bankruptcy and debt and all of that. That is not an easy thing to overcome. It's a very difficult thing to overcome. On top of the fact that it also affects your self-esteem, your confidence. It affects all of that. And we don't talk about that too much, right? Because we always like to talk about the great thing that happened, but the journey is important. Right? Because when that happened, I know you weren't just sitting there going, okay, great, I'm going to do affirmations. That is not, I'm sure that is not what happens, right? Real life happens. And you're probably sitting there like, what the beep, 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 right? It's happening.
Absolutely. Yeah. And of course, if you say, okay, I just declared bankruptcy and now I'm teaching about money.
Right.
You've got lots of little voices in your head going on when you do that.
Right? Yeah. And that's what I guess I'm trying to tell my listeners right now, guys. When you're listening, people, we all go through some really difficult times. That doesn't have to be your end time, though. It could just be that place where you have to pivot, you have to shift, you have to move your mind to a different place. Because like Florian just said, like you're just scratching your head going, I can't teach about money. I just lost all my money. Right. But truth is just because we lost something or are struggling with something doesn't mean we don't have the knowledge for it. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. And also, if you think about it, like if you have a trainer if you look at some sports star, I don't know, in tennis, the trainer, every tennis player has a trainer, but that doesn't play better tennis than him.
Right.
Or, I don't know, golfer, same with the star golfers or whatever, sprinter, Usain Bolt, fastest man on earth, he's got trainers, but they don't run faster than him.
Right.
And so I thought, okay, I know lots about how to manage your money, how to think about money. I can still help people, even if they at the moment have more than I do.
Right.
And well, because with minus 500,000, most people have more than you do. But yeah, it's lots of little voices in your head. Can you do that? And it takes lots of convincing.
What are some of the rituals that you had to use in that moment in your life? Like, I mean, like, how did you get up one day and say, okay, I have to do something, right? Because you could have stayed, like, I mean, let's be real. I mean, I've been hit hard in life too. And sometimes you really have to almost force yourself to move forward, because that depression can come in, that worry comes in, anxiety comes in, the bills are piling up, you're claiming bankruptcy. This is not a good place, right? So what was that mind shift for you?
I did have days where I didn't want to get out of bed.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, forcing myself out of bed, meditation, going for walks, getting some fresh air, moving, and definitely writing every day a couple of things that I'm grateful for.
Right.
I didn't do my, of course, I've got affirmations, what you said, but yeah, I had a while where I didn't want to do those.
Yeah, that's real.
But what I kept doing was doing my gratitude exercise that every day I wrote down, okay, this was great yesterday or today, and this is what I'm grateful for in general. So I definitely did those regularly. That helped me a lot. And then what helped me always was making a plan. If I know what is the next step, okay, what, just having small goals. And I was teaching goal setting seminars. So I thought, if I do that, I have to do what I'm teaching as well. In this case, now I'm doing it.
Right.
Have a goal, even if it's small goals. Don't have huge goals like be rich next year or something.
Right.
But okay, do this next step and do this next step. And if I have a plan and hanging on the wall, what to do next, and then I can tick it off, and then I tick it off. The smaller, the better.
Yeah. You see a lot of progress that way, right? You get to see the progress because you
Get
get to see that
wins.
you're actually doing something. Yeah, they're wins. And our brain is always wired to want those wins, right? That little dopamine hit that we get every time that we get a win. So is that what you're working like? So that was then, and this is now. And now you're at this place where you've overcome, I'm assuming you've overcome a lot of those challenges, and now you're helping people overcome their challenges, right? So what is it right now that you're doing to help all of your clients and all the people that are coming to you for money management or mindset?
What am I doing? Well, first of all, I'm still in the overcoming. We still have a lawsuit running where nothing's happening. I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
In that company, so there's still lots open, but I have financially, I'm a lot better off right now.
Oh, good.
I have a couple of investments that are covering my expenses, so actually I'm like financially independent now. Still not far away from rich,
right?
But after such a short time, I'm very, very happy with those results.
That's good.
And what I'm doing with people is I'm working on their money mindset, because what we learned is you have to work hard for money, and money doesn't grow on trees.
Right.
And what are you going to do if you think that you have to work hard for money? You're probably going to work hard for money.
I was just going to say that. I was going to work hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you find an excuse and say money is not important. I don't want it. Yeah.
Well, you get scared. You get fear, right? Yeah.
So most people will work hard for money if that's what they learned. But if you look at it, are most people that work hard, are they rich? No, they're not.
Right. Right.
So we got to change that belief system around money, that it's not only hard. Of course, you do have to do some hard work, but it has to be smart as well. Like Rockefeller said, if you work all day, you have no time to make money.
Right. Wow. That's good. I never heard that one. I like that one though. Yeah.
Yeah, I do a series of Facebook Lives, like 2-3 minutes about a money quote.
Oh,
so
good.
I have a big collection of money quotes. And yeah, you have to spend some time thinking and planning how am I going to make more money, create more wealth. Right. And then the money management, that's the biggest difference between financial success and failure, is how well you manage your money.
Yeah.
And most people don't manage their money at all. They tell me I don't have any money to manage, but
right.
But that's totally wrong. That's like saying I'll go to the gym as soon as I lost some weight.
Right. No, that you're making a lot of sense. I mean, that is true. And I think what happens is we become overwhelmed, right? People that don't manage their money well, and people that struggle with that, it's usually, just this feeling of like, I mean, what you said is so key, because I've heard so many people say that, well, I don't have any money to manage. But that's not true, because if you're working and you're paying your bills and you're doing it, then you're managing your money at some capacity. If you're paying your rent and all of that stuff, right? It's just the matter of, I think what happens, and you probably might agree, is the overwhelm of everything coming at us, right? All of the bills, and you're working hard and you're struggling to get the next paycheck. And the good thing is, Florian, about what happened to you is that you now know that experience, right? And you know what that feels like when you feel that way, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like you can't, when you don't have enough money. When me and my husband started doing our managing of our money, we realized all of the waste of our money. Like we were just spending money to spend money. It was like we were finding that we were at least about $700-800 a month that didn't have to be wasted or spent. And I'm like, Wow. We're over here thinking we have no money, but we actually have more money than we thought we did, right? When you manage. Do you find that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's while I was working as a financial advisor, I had clients from in all different income areas,
Mm-hmm.
and no matter what people earn, they spend everything. So
Yeah.
even if you have a high income, the money will be gone. There's a fun story of a lady that's in her family very known for her exact bookkeeping. So every month, all the numbers add up exactly. So everything seems to be perfect. And when she loses her eyesight and her daughter looks at her books for her, she's asking, "Mom, what's this GKW line that you have every month with different numbers?" He said, "Oh, that means God knows where. That's when I didn't know where the money went."
Oh my gosh, that is so real though.
Absolutely. But if
So
you have
what
a
would
God knows where line, your bookkeeping is
I
useless.
have a lot of those. So, Florian, why is that? Do you have an answer to that, or do you know why is that? Why in our human nature do we do that? Why is it if we have more, we spend more? I was telling my husband this because I'm like, I'm in six figures or whatever, but I feel like I never have enough. But when I was only making like 30,000 a year, you managed it. So like, what is that? Like the more you get, the more you spend and the more you don't have.
Yeah,
So like,
that's actually a law called Parkinson's law, and it's not
okay.
only with money. This law says that the demand for something will expand to match its supply.
Mm,
You know that from time. Like if you study for an exam and you have 3 months, you're gonna take 3 months. If you have 3 days, you will study the same stuff in 3 days.
right.
Or a project, you have a deadline in 2 weeks or 2 hours, it's gonna work.
Right.
Yeah, you're
Right.
filling the time. Or you even know from your toothpaste, right? Your toothpaste, in the beginning, you put a lot on your toothbrush.
That's true.
And in the end, where there's just a little left, you will put less and less and make it last longer and longer and
Right,
longer.
right, right,
True.
right, right. Right. Right.
It's,
So what
and
do
it's
we
the
do
same with
about that?
money.
Is there a way to counteract that human nature to want to do that?
Yes, if you have a rule on how you split your money into and have a system for your money management. Take something away in the beginning. Say, okay, I want to save and invest 10%, 15, 20%, whatever it is. And if you have a very low income or debt or high bills, then start with 1% or $1, whatever it is, but start taking
Right.
something
That's
away
good.
in the beginning of the month and take it away. Bring it into a security, some account where you never ever go into again.
Right. That's great. That's good
Take it away
advice.
so it's not there anymore. If it's in your bank account, in your regular bank account, and you say this month, this $100 will stay till the end. No, they won't. Because you look at the bank account when you're
Yep.
thinking, can I buy this or not? You see money's there, money's spent.
Yep.
So take it
Yep.
away in the
Wow.
beginning, forget it.
Yeah. That's great advice. And anybody listening, you really need to take that. And I do that actually. I do that step and I realize how much I can save when I do that. And I also do it like towards medical too. Like I put a whole medical card where all my money goes in for the year. And I know that, as I need it, I'll tap into that for medical reasons only. And so I love that advice because I love also that you said it doesn't matter how much money or how little. I mean, how much or how little. So just use a certain percentage and use a little bit because I think that a lot of people that I've spoken to that are in really low income brackets really don't feel like they can do that. They just don't feel like there's enough. But there is if you take a little bit, right? Don't buy that cup of coffee.
Yeah, start with $1 a month
Yep.
and then double it next month. Do $2 next month. Just get into the habit of taking something away and saving it. You will notice at the end of the month, you'll have the same result. There's no money left,
Yeah.
but you've saved something.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
as
That's
soon as you
very,
do
very
that, you
good.
can start investing it. And when you invest it, it gives you a return. Don't invest it in anything. Educate yourself a little bit on that.
That's really
But
great.
get a return, and those returns will help you pay your debt or pay some other bills in the future.
Yeah, that's really great advice. So, Florian, before I let you go, I would like my listeners to know, how to follow you. I know you said that you do that little thing on Facebook too, which I would like to know more about. So, but I want to know where people can follow you, go look at your program, what it is you're doing to help people get out of their debt and manage their money and have a better mindset. So give us all of you, if you can, some of your social media handles, your website, all of that stuff.
Sure. The easiest way is to join my Facebook group, Money Hero.
Okay.
Because that's where I share everything.
Okay.
Whenever an event is, or whenever I'm doing something, that's in there. So if you join my Money Hero Facebook group, that's the easiest. Then moneyheroacademy.com.
Okay. Okay.
moneyheroacademy.com. There's some information, and I'll be starting on November 1st. I'll be starting an Attracting Money Challenge for free, 7 days. How to build a money mindset that helps you become a money magnet, is attracting money instead of resisting it. So that's a free thing. Everybody's welcome to join.
Will you be doing that more than just in November? Would you think you'll do that again?
That's the first time I'm doing it.
Okay.
So it's a new challenge, and I'll be running it regularly afterwards.
And will that be also on Money Hero on Facebook? Is that where they can?
That's definitely, if you join my group, you'll always know when these things are happening.
Is the group free to join?
Yes.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do at the end of this is I'll make sure that I link all of your information below and all of this info that you just gave me. That way they can just click and go on there and do that. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us before I let you get out of here?
Anything else? Well, wherever you are in your life right now, it can always get better. So know what you want. That most people don't get what they want because they don't know what it is.
Right.
That's one thing we're going to work on in the challenge.
Good.
So know what you want and then work on it, and it's going to come just one step at a time.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that it's one step at a time. Some people think, especially when they're looking at all of these social media gurus, right, is that they think that a lot of people can get there in 30 days, in 90 days. And sometimes, yes, I guess it does happen. But for the most part, it takes one step at a time. And that is okay too, right? The journey is okay. And sometimes you're going to go up and sometimes you're going to hit that floor really hard, but it is still a journey. And so I appreciate you spending this time with us, Florian. You just really gave us a lot of great little nuggets. I appreciate you.
Let me share one more thing.
Sure.
I just remembered my money quote. My money quote for today.
Yes.
Is empty pockets never held anyone back. Only empty heads and empty hearts can do that.
Yeah, that is true. That's 100% true.
Don't let anything hold you back.
Don't let anything hold you back. That's true. And there's always people out there that are willing to help too. So you should surround yourself with, great people that are, I always say that every person needs like a coach or a guide, because sometimes we can get stuck in our own way, in our own heads. And you'll be surprised how many people are okay with mentoring you if you don't have a lot of money. There's, like you said, even in your group, it's free to join. So join, learn some things, like you can do this. So there's no reason to get like discouraged. And that's been happening a lot lately. That's why I love that you were here today, because this is something that really is, especially now towards the holiday season, people are feeling it even more, that there's lack or less of, especially when they want to give and they can't, that's where this discouragement comes in. So I'm glad that we did this. I'm really glad. Hey guys, I want to thank you so much for being here and spending this time with me on Straight Talk. You are everything. Thank you so much. If you are interested in any coaching, please go ahead and email me at hello@straighttalknosugar.com. Please rate, review, and share these episodes so that we can keep growing this community and making the impact we want to make. Have a good one.